What's going on? This your boy GameStop Talk with AJ, and I'm back with another video. In this video, man, I'm gonna do a mukbang, and I'm gonna talk about, just a little things I've been dealing with, and just give some advice, some positive advice to anybody that's being gang stalked out there. In the mukbang, we're gonna be eating a cantina chicken bowl from Taco Bell. Don't worry, I already started, but I decided to film a video to kind of, why not? It's been a minute, so I decided to, pick up the camera and film. Give y'all update, I'm good. But what's been going on with me? And hit the like button, subscribe, and in the comment section, tell me how you've been holding up. How's life been going for you? Let's get to it. Things been pretty good. I feel like the more and more I go through my days, the more I realize like a lot of what society has to offer isn't for me. As far as like 9 to 5s and shit like that, I'm starting to realize a lot of that shit ain't for me, because you just get into it, and and I think we've been programmed to think we need not jobs to survive, when you see plenty of people surviving without them. You just find a niche and let it make money. Sometimes you got to sacrifice things that that you probably had when you had a job, or your money isn't coming in like it used to. You got to make sacrifices in order to be happy. I feel like a lot of the time I was on a job, I wasn't happy. I felt like directionless, like purposeless. And ever since I decided to go solo and independent, I've been more at peace. Having somebody tell you how long you can work, how much you make, when to come in, they can fire you whenever they want, and depending on who you work for, they can be petty and cut your hours. I think they don't understand that our bills come in consistently. If your hours are fluctuating, that's not consistent. Your bills aren't going to fluctuate based on your hours at work. So I'm not saying, a job is terrible. I just think, honestly, it depends on what you do. I feel like if you're working like some rundown ass job, it's certain rundown jobs that, when I say rundown, I mean like lower paying. There's some jobs that were lower paying that I enjoyed, and then there's a lot of them that I didn't. I used to work for Taco Bell. I actually enjoyed working there because that was kind of like my first fast food job. I actually enjoyed it. And there's jobs like McDonald's, which is just like, what the fuck, who wants to work there? And then you got jobs like grocery stocking. I actually enjoyed doing that as well when I had my stint with that. And then you got jobs like driving trucks, and do that too. And and sometimes those jobs are very, like, driving is very therapeutic for me. So once I got into it, it was kind of like, yes, I needed, it was a way to kind of be to myself and only have to interact with a handful of people, and I was cool with that. But enjoy it. And I enjoy driving in general because it's more, just me doing my thing and going about my day. But yeah, I don't think a lot of jobs are for a lot of us, people that's being gang stalked. So you got to kind of find your niche and then just go from there. I mean, if you have, a good portion of us are going to have to work, because we really don't know what our niche is, or maybe something we're talented at ain't profitable yet. I get it. It's a, you know, but it is what it is. So you just got to kind of make it work for you and learn how to ignore a lot of stuff, and don't let the events of the day ruin your day, because you got to understand, like, and this is why I say, and what I promote on this channel, stop taking people seriously. I think nowadays, especially when you're being gang stalked, you can't take these people seriously, because a lot of them are clowns. Like, a lot of them, they come out their way to be in your presence, because they want a reaction and they want your attention. It's them coming out their way to come to you. It's not you following them and trying to find them. They're coming out the way to see you. Why take people like that seriously when they're just trying to be in your line of sight and get a reaction out of you? Stop taking these people seriously, man. Anybody who willing to do that at their big grown age, man, they shouldn't be taken seriously. And you shouldn't, don't even, I'm not gonna say treat them like they treat you. Just don't respect them. Like, I don't have respect for people like that. Because there's a difference between not liking somebody and not respecting them. Because them people, they quote unquote don't like you, but they always want to be around you. That means because they respect you. But if you don't respect somebody, you don't like them or you want to be around them. It's a difference. So they respect you for sure. I'm telling you. So, and a lot of them mimic what you do. They know that, they see that you, especially when you're productive and you're kind of making things work in spite of them, they don't like that. So they want you to need them. It's all about control. And if you want to take it to another level, just like the country we live in, like in America, it's about control. They want to control. They want to know what you make, how much you make, how much of it they're gonna take from you. They want to know your every move. So they built, you know, cameras in streets, and, you know, and then controlling through our devices and shit like that. They want to know everything. So if you think that, like, a lot of these programs and a lot of what they got going on, that's why it's accepted, because a lot of people, they want to control you. And I know, and kind of understand that in this next comment, I'm not racist or nothing, but this is one thing I noticed. A lot of the people that are gang stalking me are white. They're white. They're white. So a lot of the people, the least amount of people who are gang stalking me are black. You know what I'm saying? And then I noticed, like, in the middle is somewhere is like the Hispanic community. But with them, and like I said, I'm not racist. This is just my honest opinion. With Hispanics, and this is no disrespect to any Hispanic or anybody watching this channel, but this is how I honestly feel. I feel like with Hispanics, because I'm going to be transparent on this channel, with the Hispanics, I feel like they go where the wind blow. So when they want to be street ninjas and act like that, they'll do that. But then when it's convenient, they'll, you know, go to the white side, the Caucasian side. They'll claim that and try to be over there. And then you got some that's on one side or the other. So, and then you got those flip-floppers. So it's just, you gotta, with them, I really don't take them seriously, because a lot of them, they have an identity issue. So I don't take them seriously at all. And it's just my personal experience. Now, I'm not saying black people don't gang stalk. They do, and that's only because a lot of them can be bought. So they can be bought financially, as we've seen over the years. Like when the forgot that man name. I was gonna call him George Foreman. You know what I'm talking about. You know, George in Texas. I forgot his name. I forgot his last name. But yeah, my bad. But yeah, him, when he passed away in Minnesota, and when he passed away, and then all them riots happened, and then they sent out a check to people, and they got the people to stop. That tells you all you need to know. We can be bought black people is what I mean, can be bought for little minuscule amounts of money. And they know that. They know that. And then, it's always been about control, with white people. So that's why I'm not surprised that I'm being majority gang stalked by white people. It's mostly them doing it. And a lot of them, they seem to have the time to do it. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't have the same issues that we have as far as black people. They don't have the same issues, so we don't they have a lot more time to commit to something like this than other people. Some people just do it. Some people do get, a lot of people get paid for it. But I don't think it's anything that's substantial. Because if it was, you wouldn't see as many people still working, doing stuff like that. But I know it's like with the Caucasians, a lot of them, they're brought up in, stable situations, unlike us. Unlike a lot of us, not all of us, but some of us. Mountain Dew. Excuse me, Mountain Dew. That's why I say, like, listen, don't take any of this shit seriously. A lot of these people, they've given up on life, on making something out of themselves. So they turn to stuff like this to feel superior, to feel relevant, and to feel like I'm over someone, because in their own life they're little. That's why I would never take any of that seriously. If you give them control, they're gonna take it. But remember, y'all, lock in on your purpose and what you have in store for your life. Don't give people attention that don't deserve it, because they're not worth it. They don't have any ambition or anything of note going on. And they see that you're moving and shaking in spite of, and you're gonna stay strong. You're gonna keep pushing forward because you have to. The goal is for you to give up and be out here on the street, be crazy, and like a lot of these people running around. And that's why I kind of nowadays I watch quite a bit of gang stalking channels, because I still want to educate myself, and I love hearing other people's testimonies. But I chew out the meat and spit. I chew the meat and spit out the fat when it comes to several content creators, because I just feel like there are some that are just completely negative, and they don't look at it they don't put a positive spin on it, because that's why I say I don't really get on here and document my experiences. Now, I did film a video probably like last week, I think, where I was going to document my experience and stuff like that, and I took it down. Well, not took it down, but I never posted it. And the reason why I never posted it is because if I do that, then that lets them know that whatever they're doing is getting to me, or they have the perception that it is, but it's just no more than me documenting it. A lot of people, when they do that, they document it, and then they show like, this is effing me up, this is effing me up, I need this, I need no. The number one thing you don't want to do is let them see you sweat. You can't. If you let them see you sweat, then they got you right where they want you. So understand that a lot of what you're dealing with, it's all up here. Just stay strong, man. Stay strong mentally, spiritually. You'll be just fine. And keep your emotions in check. Use logic. No emotion. Because the moment you get emotions and feelings involved, then you're gonna be one of those content creators, or one of those people you see that that don't know how to control themselves, and when they lose themselves, they end up in a situation where they can't they end up in a situation where they can't where they just kind of low-key don't know what to do, and kind of just making themselves look like they belong in a mental institution. And that video, going back to that video, I posted that video. Well, I filmed the video, I'm sorry. And then I kind of used it as therapy, because I feel like, and this is another thing I want to get into since we have a conversation. Therapy, don't ever go to therapy or think you need therapy. You don't need therapy or nothing like that. It's not, trust me, it's not, there's nothing wrong with you as a person, as an individual. Trust me, there's nothing wrong with you. I think what was not being acknowledged is I think what's not being acknowledged enough is that it's not you that has the issue, it's them. Now if you go to therapy, and this is why, now I'm not saying all therapists, so anybody that's a therapist that may be watching this video, or psychologist, it's not for everybody. But I used to know somebody that was a therapist, and what she used to do is tell all their business. Like she used to talk to me and tell me all their business, and that is a no in the therapy world. After that experience, I never said I would go to a therapist, but after that experience, I that confirmed that if I ever needed to go, I would never go because of that. You gotta understand, these are regular people at the end of the day. They just have a profession. So, but the fact that you blurred the lines and managed to go there and putting the client's business out there and their struggles, their mental struggles and overall struggles, that says a lot about how you can't really trust people. And that's supposed to be somebody that you can confide in. But it just shows you that people are not trustworthy at all. But I'm gonna go ahead and end the video right here. This is your boy GameStop Talk with AJ, and I'm back. I'm gonna try to be more consistent filming. I think coming next is gonna be an episode of the and I'm gonna try to do these every week, because I want to be consistent when filming those episodes. But they cap with AJ. I filmed the episode 1 last week. If you haven't checked it out, go in my video section and check it out. They cap with AJ, episode 1. I thought it was good conversation, good healthy dialogue. They cap with AJ, episode 2 should be coming soon. I would say, what's tomorrow? Thursday or Friday? I'll say no later than Friday, but for sure this week, if you're interested in that. But anyways, this is GameStop Talk with AJ. Like, comment, subscribe, turn on your post notifications. Y'all be blessed out there. Y'all be safe. And remember, keep your head up, man. Keep the faith, because if you're a believer and you have faith, you can't lose. But y'all be blessed. Y'all be safe out there. I'm going to catch y'all in the next one. I'm gone. Peace.